Hey there, Bookkeeping Side Hustle Community. Glad to have y'all here today. We've got an awesome interview with one of my very first ever guests on this Bookkeeping Side Hustle YouTube channel, Meagan Hernandez. She has a business called Tax Savvy Bookkeeper, and she is going to update us on her course. She gave us an interview, I think about 1.5 or 2 years ago, and that a lot has happened in that. And so I wanted to bring her on to give us an update of what's changed and all the extra stuff she offers her students now. So a couple of disclaimers. This interview is to help you escape that analysis paralysis where you're stuck about how to move forward. So my goal is we're going to have a chance to get to know Meagan and the services that she offers for you to decide if this is the best, quickest way for you to run quickly into starting your bookkeeping business instead of plodding along and trying to figure it out yourself. And then the other disclosure is I haven't taken this, so use your own judgment. Reach out to Meagan and her team. But she has provided an affiliate link for this, so if you would like to purchase that through that affiliate link of mine, it will be in the description below. And at the end of this, she has offered us, we're going to share a discount code to save quite a bit of money on the product as well. So that's it. If you're watching live, you can post questions in the chat. And Meagan, please introduce yourself. Give us the quick info about you, and then we'll get to some questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kate. I'm really excited to come in here and give y'all an update because your interviewing with you was one of the first interviews I did too, after I launched my course. So I wasn't as familiar with talking about it and explaining like kind of the behind the scenes and stuff. So I'm Meagan Hernandez. I am a tax accountant. My background is accounting and taxes and bookkeeping. And what I saw when I came to the online space is, yes, some of the foundational stuff, a lot of that transfers, but some of the stuff doesn't transfer. It's brand new. So I started from scratch when I was starting my bookkeeping business online, and I had to piece stuff together. And so I really saw an opportunity to help people speed up the process and start getting clients sooner, learn all of these skills sooner, and just like get in there and start growing their businesses faster. So that's really why I wanted to do this. But I'm a mom. I guess I'll back up. I'm a mom of two. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And that was really my motivation for starting my business 4 years ago. My son was just itty bitty, and I wanted to be around him. I wanted to like not miss his first words and his first, steps and all that stuff. So that's why I wanted to like start the business and get in and do all that stuff.
And are you talking about starting your actual bookkeeping and tax business, or starting the instructing business that we're interviewing about?
Starting my business in general. Like that's why I wanted to get on in the online space and start working. And yeah, so I didn't, of course, create the course right away. I started doing bookkeeping online.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you for clarifying that. I didn't run out of the door, just like start the course.
I really respect people who are in the trenches. And I know even before we were on this call, you were talking about like we weren't talking about your course. We were talking about her actual bookkeeping business and the niche that she's doing. So it's just so rich to be able to share your own experiences of like, I got turned down, or I just closed my highest sales rates for the, you're teaching, but you're also practicing. So
yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do for my course students actually is I call them pro tips. So really like as it's happening in real life, as I'm like figuring out, oh, I shouldn't have worded it like that, or, oh, I should have done this differently. I'm able to go to my students and say, look, don't do this.
Yeah.
Think twice before you do this.
learn from me. Don't do as I do.
Right.
So I say we just dive into talking about your course. As you do that, make sure to share what makes it unique, because I have done a lot of these interviews where there's people trying to equip professionals to have this freedomless life of doing what you want when you want, but using these real hardcore technical skills that we have to serve clients and build a business. So do we want to screen share now, or do you want to just talk through some stuff first?
Yeah, I'll talk first and then I'll screen share. That's
perfect.
Cool.
Let me know when you wanted to screen share.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so my course, Tax Savvy Bookkeeper, it starts out as like a fundamentals of bookkeeping and accounting course. So it really is geared towards people that don't have any knowledge of bookkeeping and accounting and taxes whatsoever.
Okay.
And it really starts from the beginning, like, what is bookkeeping? What do you do as a bookkeeper? And it starts to walk you through, and then it kind of stair steps. Well, I guess I'm kind of describing what we're going to look at in a minute too,
Okay.
but it really is geared towards people that don't have a background in bookkeeping. I was actually surprised that so many people are interested in it that do have a background in bookkeeping. And I think the reason is because there is that disconnect between working in the real world and then working in the online space. Like, some of the stuff doesn't translate. You have to learn new systems. You have to learn new platforms, things like that. So even though they have some of that fundamentals and some of the background in accounting, a lot of them have worked in a firm. They still buy the course and they still, refresh themselves on the skills and the fundamentals, and then they learn how to do it in the online space. But I have a lot of students that just, start from scratch. They didn't do anything related to numbers, math whatsoever when they first started. The thing that really makes my course stand out, I believe, is the tax knowledge. And it's in the name, tax savvy. So tax savvy means tax smart. And it's not to say that you're going to go file income taxes. That's not the purpose of the course. The purpose is to educate you on how taxes work, how mostly specifically income taxes work, so that when you're doing the basic bookkeeping where you're working with clients on a weekly basis, you have that knowledge so you can implement that in your daily work. That ultimately helps the client save more money, and it helps you charge higher prices down the road too. So I will go ahead and share if that's cool.
Yep, go ahead.
So let's go through the little process. I'm going to share my screen, share screen, and then let's see. Entire screen. It's a little bit of a little.
There we go. No, we're here.
Okay. Can you?
Right now what's coming up is your as in my face.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Can you see my
Perfect.
screen now? So it says Tax Savvy Pros on top.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is actually behind the scenes in the membership area. So once you purchase the course, you're going to get access to create a login. And then you'll log into this space. And this is the membership area where I have all of the videos. So the bulk of the course is training videos. So I have different modules, Bookkeeping 101, for example. And then we go through these different videos. What is bookkeeping? Fundamentals of bookkeeping and accounting. The monthly bookkeeping workflow. And each section, when it's applicable, I have PDFs and different things you can download. So
like workbooks and stuff.
I'm sorry?
Like workbooks and stuff, or like ways to remember,
like
so you're not having to go back and watch the videos over and over,
right.
And you have the resource at your fingers. Okay.
Yep. PDFs and templates. So I have them listed underneath, when it's applicable, underneath each lesson. And then I also have them at the end. So you're able to just go to one spot to find all of the different things that you need to download.
I want to ask about module 2. It says accounting platforms. What accounting platforms do you teach?
So another way that my course is actually different is that I show you about the 4 most commonly used accounting systems for online or for small business owners in general. So we go over Wave Financial, QuickBooks Online, Xero, and QuickBooks Desktop. And this is actually just like a behind the scenes tour of this is the platform, like this is where invoicing is, this is where you go to code the transactions, just to get a little bit of familiarity of what they look like. A lot of people take the route of saying, I'm going to do QuickBooks Online only, and that's totally fine. That is a way that you could niche down, definitely. But if you're just starting out and you want to be open to learning different, softwares, or learning, the pros and cons of the different platforms. So that's a way that you could stand out as maybe more of an expert in, okay, tell me about your business. And this is the platform I think would be good for you. And you can kind of show your knowledge in that way. So So we go through on a little tour of that, and then we start talking about coding transactions, tax deductions. The module number 3 is a very, very valuable module, and it's actually infused with a lot of tax savviness, because we actually go through, all the different tax deductible categories, and we actually look at a Schedule C tax form too. So we are comparing the best ideal chart of accounts based on what's tax deductible, based on what you're going to need for tax purposes. And I actually walk you through what is more deductible. And this is extremely valuable for you to know, to help your clients ultimately save more money in taxes at the end of the year, but also for you to be able to say when you're talking to a new client and say, look, I know which tax deduction categories are more deductible. And I use that knowledge for myself when I am coding your transactions. So, that's why I'm charging higher prices. So that one has been really cool. We talk about invoicing, of course, common tasks that you'll be doing as you work with clients. I also infuse a lot of accounting tasks that are a little bit above and beyond, like cash flow management. That's not something a lot of new or beginning bookkeepers would learn about as they're just starting out. So we do that. We talk about all the taxes. This is our module on taxes. We talk about all the different kinds. So we talk about sales. We talk about use taxes. So a lot of the state taxes that come up, which I find is very interesting, because business owners a lot of times assume that their bookkeeper is going to take care of it, or they assume that somebody out there is taking care of it for them. And so it's good to know about it, so you can decide if you want to offer that service or not. And then if you know about it and you're like, look, I know that your business is going to have excise taxes, for example, in your state, I'm going to help you with that. And you're able to charge higher prices because you already know starting out what all that entails. Become a Better Bookkeeper is actually a huge module that I actually sell by itself occasionally when I have specials going on. But this is what really walks you through, how do you find clients once you learn the skills? How do you talk to a potential client? How do you close that sale? How do you charge? What kind of pricing should you look at? How do you start working with the client? How do you wow them? So this is a good one to really get that in place. We, of course, have a certificate that we award when you finish the course. And we have a little video that walks through how to add add a little frame on your Facebook profile. We have swag that we give out. You can choose a shirt or hat. This module walks you through how to start your own business. So after you have the skills, after you know what you want to do in your bookkeeping business, this one walks you through, okay, do I need to set up an LLC? Do I, what do I do with the state? Do I set up my own bank accounts? What accounting platform should I use for my own business?
Right. We have to do our own accounting.
Right. So all of this stuff, it teaches you how to best work within your own business too.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, the financial planning, that's another one of those extra accounting tasks. Combating client objections. This is one that we all are going to see along the way. People well, I don't know if this is going to work in the online space. I don't know if this is going to work for me. What about this? So I've gathered up everything that I have seen and heard in the last 4 years and put it into a document for you. And let's see if it shows a little document. Yeah. And you can download it and here's their objection and here's how I've responded. And they had a positive
successfully. Yeah. Cool.
Reply, Yeah. And then let's see. Yeah. Just some other bonuses, how S Corps work, how to find clients, categorizing by tax benefit. That's what I talked about a minute ago. I have a referral program. You can apply to be part of my program, which is similar to the QuickBooks Pro Advisor, where people can search for your name if you're part of their program. I have, I have my own firm and I work with my own clients, but I niche down to clients that I want to work with and everything. So I have people come to me all the time that are looking for maybe a newer bookkeeper, like maybe their budget is smaller or it's just an industry that I'm not crazy about. And so I refer them to my bookkeeping students.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I post job opportunities in the group all the time. And then a couple little bonus things that I've added together. So this is not obviously how people typically have like a sales page and, walk you through just the top points, but I really wanted to show you behind the scenes to, so you could know if this is the type of way that you like to learn as well.
Exactly.
Mostly videos,
Yeah.
a lot of downloads. And then the cool thing is I'll stop my share and pull you back up.
Great.
Here. I have a workbook coming out before the end of April, and it is essentially like an ebook. It's very comprehensive, and it walks through every single one of those modules, every single one of the lessons. It has homework. It has like fill in the blank, true, false, matching,
Cool.
all this stuff, and it challenges you to go do stuff as well. So that's going to be very helpful for people.
And that will be a part of the course once it's published.
So everybody that has purchased the course prior to us launching this workbook will get it for free. Okay. After we have it in place, we might be raising the price of the course altogether because it is adding a ton of value.
Well, this concept of homework, like just from me having watched the bookkeeping education space, people really want it because it helps us. It helps us with that confidence.
Yes.
Like, oh, I answered all these questions right. I can go serve. So I want to, I have a couple questions about, is there interaction among students in your program? And then how do they interact with you?
Yeah. So I actually decided to have a private Facebook group for my students, and it comes included. It's for free. Okay. So, and to be honest, I went back and forth on that because it is my time going in there and answering questions. But the way that I ultimately felt about it is if you go through the course and you have questions, then either, not to say that I left that out of the course, but you need additional help on the topics that you've already paid to learn about. And so I feel like that's part of it. So I have a Facebook group that is just for course members. So people interact together. You can ask any and all the questions. And I have people really utilize that. They're asking questions daily. And we go in and answer all of the questions, usually within 24 hours. But then other members are also answering. So even if it's not like, how do I do this step 1, 2, 3 in QuickBooks? If it's like, I'm really struggling on figuring out a price for how to do this, people are giving their opinions. Or like, I'm really struggling today. I don't know if I'm a good bookkeeper.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and it happens. And you need that support. And that's another thing too. A lot of people like to do stuff alone and they want to do stuff by themselves. But then every once in a while, it's going to come up that you need someone's response. You need someone's guidance. So that's what that Facebook group is. Posting all the questions, all of the suggestions. That's where I post my pro tips, things that I've gone through. And it is included for free.
Okay.
So it's part of it.
Let's get a short version of a really great success story of a student, and then we're going to wrap up. And I think people should have enough info to decide, so we'll let them know how to contact you to move forward. Awesome. But what's just a great story of someone who you're proud to have helped succeed?
Yeah. So yeah, and this is probably I have a lot of students that do so well. They work really hard and they have a lot of success. But what's probably closer to my heart is a fellow mom. And I have one student in particular that she went through my course while she was pregnant. She did not want to have to go back to work and leave her baby. So she went through the course. She worked really hard. She started working with clients. She had her baby. And then, so that's always something to navigate. And so she got some help while she had the baby to take some break time. But in the 3 months after she had the baby, when she would have had to go back to work, she didn't. She was able to turn in her notice because she had built her bookkeeping business large enough to cover her finances. So that was something really cool because I did have to go back to work after I had my baby and then started my business shortly after. But that's something that was really exciting, and she's continued to grow. And I'll just say some people have decided to like kind of go off in different directions too. Like some of them now offer coaching, bookkeeping coaching, or some of them decide to become like an OBM and have all that accounting and bookkeeping knowledge to like infuse that and charge higher prices. So it's been really cool to see how people make this into their own business.
Exactly. This is fantastic. I'm really glad we were able to catch up. Y'all, the discount code for this, if you go below, there'll be a link to buy it. You can also go to taxsavvypros.com, but the discount code for our group is all caps BSH discount, all one word. And through April 6th, it's $300 off. And after that, it'll be $200 off. You know, these courses change and prices change, so reach out to me if you need any more information when y'all are buying, if you're watching this like in a year. But she's doing a generous offer for the people buying in the short term through April 6th, but then wants to make sure that we have access to her good material so she can help y'all. So I think we touched on everything. Did I leave anything out?
Just that additionally to the $300 off, I'm also giving you 3 free months in my Tax Savvy VIP group. So the Facebook group comes for free with the course members. I'm starting a coaching group where I'm going to actually be doing small group coaching and have a marketing coach, a mindset coach, myself for the business coaching, and lots of other really cool stuff. So 3 free months of that, which starts in April, and that's going to be really, really cool.
Awesome. Will that be available after the April 6th, or is that only for the April 6th discount?
It's actually closing its doors after April 6th for enrollment. Okay. We will probably open enrollment again in a few months. All right, then we can be regular price.
We'll catch up again on that then. So y'all, that additional hands-on, like you gotta learn it all. Like you can't just be good at the QuickBooks. You know, you have to have that mindset. You have to have the marketing. So, hey, it's been great catching up. If people have questions, how should they best contact you?
You can email our support email. It's support@taxsavvypros.com.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to sign off. Thanks for everyone who listened. And I'd love to have you reach back out to me, comment below, or y'all can reach me in the Bookkeeping Side Hustle group about how it's going with y'all. If y'all end up taking this, I would love to hear back. And we'll sign off for now. Thanks so much, Meagan.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.